After 3 weeks on the road, 3 different conferences, I think 7 states, and the District of Columbia, I am back in Seattle and I'm an award winner. Also, check out my shirt, Main Character Energy. I got this from Beth Schmelzer, who is our tireless middle grade advocate on the Malice Domestic Board. She was the moderator for our panel, which was the Agatha nominees for children's or YA novels of 2023. So, for my entire life, I always wondered when people said it was an honor to be nominated, whether that was the case, because I've never been nominated for anything in my life, much less won an award. And the answer is, it absolutely is an honor to be nominated. When I discovered who my fellow nominees were, my husband said to me and my children, it is an honor to just be nominated, because there should not have been a snowball's chance in hell that I won this award. My fellow nominees, Edgar Award winner for Coop Knows the Scoop, Taryn Souters, who wrote a book that I absolutely adored, The Mystery of the Radcliffe Riddle, Elizabeth Bunce, who writes the Myrtle series that are award-winning, award-nominated. They've been nominated, I think, out of the 5 books, 4 of them have been nominated for an Agatha Award. Of course, they were both on my panel. Alex Segura, who writes graphic novels and was nominated for his Spider-Man graphic novel, was not able to attend, and neither was Enola Holmes author. I can't even say it. Enola Holmes author Nancy Springer was not able to travel to Malice, so they were not on our panel. But when you look at that list and you say to yourself, how in the world am I listed among these people? It is an honor just to be nominated. And I am not lying when I say that I was prepared to jump up and down and scream for my fellow nominees because they are that deserving. In my acceptance speech, I have very little recollection of it. I pretty much blacked out. But I do know that I talked about my agent who passed last fall, Dawn Dowdle, who was the reason why I am here today. She took a chance on me. She took a chance on my books. I have 3 series signed with 3 different publishers because of her. And this was the first series that she sold. And I said in my speech that I'd had this really surreal experience earlier that afternoon. I had taken a screenshot of something and I was sending it to my husband. And you know how on iPhones it'll say, who do you want to send it to? And it's always the most recent people or the people that you talk to the most. And Dawn Dowdle's name came up for me to email her this screenshot. Obviously, she passed in November. I haven't spoken with her, emailed her, texted her in more than 6 months. But to me, it was a sign that she was there. She was cheering for me. She was with me. In processing or attempting to process this extraordinary moment in my life, Dawn was heavily on my mind. And one of the things that I thought about was when I submitted to her initially through Query Tracker or Query Manager or whatever those things are. I think it was Query Manager. One of her questions was, what does success look like to you? And I think this is a really important question. And at the time, I don't even think I understood how helpful the way that I was viewing success was going to work for me. I guess there's a lot of people that view success as the end game, but that's not how I've ever viewed it. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why every single moment has felt like success. Every single moment of this journey over the last few years has been a joy to me, because I've always viewed success as taking that very next step or that very next thing. If I look too far ahead, I don't know that I would ever do anything, and I think that I would never be happy. So what I said in my answer to her was, success is just the next thing, the next goal, achieving the next goal. When I decided to finish a book and then finished it, that was success. When I started querying and took that brave step, that was success. When I signed with an agent, that was a success. When my agent put me on submission and I had an offer, actually I had 2 offers, those were successes to me. The launching of my books, the first review that I got that was good, not the Kirkus review, that we'll talk about that another time. But like every single moment of this journey has felt like success. I've looked at it in tiny steps, because if I were to say the only way I can judge my success is whether I win an award, none of this would be happening. I just don't believe that it would be happening because I had to stay focused on the step that was right in front of me. And when I think about winning an award, like my brain can't comprehend that. And maybe other people, they need that far end game, but for me, it was celebrating every single success step along the way. Success always to me has looked like reaching that next small goal. And there are other goals to hit. I won an award. That is like I said, my brain can't has yet to completely process it. But there are a lot of other things that I would like to accomplish. And all this has done is said, yep, let's look at the next goal. Let's see what the next thing is that you can accomplish. My first book, The Sasquatch of Hawthorne Elementary, that just won this award, was released when I was 50 years old. I'm turning 52 this year. Before I turn 53, I will have 8 novels on the shelves from 3 different series. I was a stay-at-home mom for 30 years, and now I just want to know what's out there and what's possible for me. And I feel as though just constantly staying in a posture of there's more. It's going to be work. It's going to be taking risks and taking steps that are a little bit outside my comfort zone, but I don't even know what I'm capable of accomplishing at this point because I'm not looking that far. And of course, this TikTok is about as rambling as my acceptance speech, so I apologize.